Alright, I wanted to talk about this game that I wanted to talk about for a very, very long time. And when I was discussing about the video ideas I could do, because now I'm like on break, I could do whatever I want. And so I keep thinking of like a video I should do. And then I always wanted to do a metaphor ReFantazio video because I love this game and I love to yap about it. And I finally decided to do a video about it. Metaphor ReFantazio is one of the best video games I have ever played. In fact, it is my game of the year from 2024. It is one of the best video games I have ever played this decade. It even was one of my most anticipated games at the beginning of 2024, but I did not expect to love this game like I do now. Plus, I was a little hesitant of even playing it since I never played the Persona or SMT game at all. However, around early January of last year, I saw that Persona 5 Royal had a deal, and since I had nothing that I wanted to play at the time, I decided, why not? Let's see what the hype is all about. Oh. Yeah, I see why people like this game. So after I finished Persona 5 Royal, I decided, hey, maybe Persona 3 Reload would be a good game to try next. But I was already spoiled. Anyways, I still wanted to try it out, and I ended up liking it. And not as much as Persona 5 Royal, but it was still a good game. Fast forward a bit, and one day I saw that Metaphor ReFantazio had a demo on the PlayStation 5. So I decided, hey, why not just try it out? I ended up playing the full game twice. Twice. And I'm also thinking about playing it again. That's how much I love this video game. And it was 100% my favorite game of 2024. But why is this game so special, you may ask? Well, there are a lot of reasons. First, the gameplay. Metaphor ReFantazio's gameplay is some of the best I've seen in an RPG before. Some people out there may be like, well, you haven't played a lot of games if you think this game has the best gameplay you ever seen. And well, they could be right. But for me, I always loved turn-based games all my life. So that was one of the reasons I fell in love with this video game in the first place. Now, the archetype system in this game is very, very good. In fact, I think it's really brilliant. Every playable character has an archetype that they'll get once they awaken to their true power. Then they get the new archetypes depending on a certain character's bond level, or with how much mag you need, which by the way, mag is the currency used to purchase archetypes. The character that introduces you to these archetypes is a person named Moore. Moore is a mysterious character you meet during the game. He is the keeper of Academia, the facility where you create archetypes. I hope I pronounced that right. Anyways, the one thing I love about this game more than I did in Persona 5 Royal is not only the gameplay mechanics, but the characters that you meet. There is not one party member I did not hate in this game. Sure, I may have my least favorite, but I genuinely like every person in the group. One of the characters I really like in this game is Haizme. Haizme is a Jeeve, kind of like a bat, he has big ears, who is accused of kidnapping. You later find out that he is in fact not the kidnapper. He also has a really sad backstory about losing his son, feeling depressed. It's a really, really good story he has. And one of the best, beautifully written character. Just straight up, beautifully written character. One of the best written characters in video games. Just saying. Anyways, once he joins the team, however, he starts to get more and more comfortable with the group. He wanted to always have someone as a friend, and the protagonist becomes one of his friends. I think Metaphor ReFantazio's narrative is one of the most interesting I've played yet. It tackles a lot of politics, religion, racism, the whole fantasy utopia. People suffering is, just crazy. I don't think there's many plot twists in this game, but I think there's one big plot twist that gets, crazy. I also liked how the two characters in the game, Luis and the main character, have their own utopias they want to accomplish. And I think that is a really interesting idea. I think the way Luis is written is very interesting. He's one of the most interesting villains in video games, I think. Again, I do like how this game tackles, racism and how being Elda or being a certain, race, just it tackles that really well, I think, and it's very normalized in this world. And I think the way the main character wants to build his own utopia with no, racism, freedom of religion, accept everyone, I think this story is really interesting. The narrative is really, really good, in my opinion. This game is a crazy experience that I totally recommend to a lot of people out there. It somehow puts politics and fantasy into a wonderful experience. The way the characters are written in this game are amazing. Sure, it may not be my favorite game of all time, but it's definitely up there. Oh, I didn't even talk about the music. The battle themes in this game are crazy. I mean, this game has a lot of love put into it, and I hope that if you're hesitant of playing any JRPGs in general, then I hope you give this one a shot eventually, because it is definitely worth it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, deuces.